You might think traveling is just about taking a break, seeing cool places, and snapping Instagram-worthy photos. But what if I told you that travel could completely change who you are? That it could rewrite your perspective on life, force you out of your comfort zone, and even reshape your future? Because that's exactly what it does. We don't grow when we're comfortable. And if there's one thing travel does, it throws into situations that force us to adapt, rethink, and evolve. You might leave home as one person, but you'll return as someone completely different. But here's the big question. Does travel really change your life forever? Or is it just a temporary thrill? Let's find out. Most people live in a routine. They wake up, go to work, come home, repeat. Days blur into weeks, weeks into months, and before they know it, years have passed, and nothing has really changed. They have the same thoughts, the same struggles, the same conversations. Life feels predictable, and that's comfortable. But comfort can also be a trap. When we're too comfortable, we stop growing. We stop challenging ourselves. We stop living. So how do we break out of it? How do we wake ourselves up from the autopilot we've been stuck in? That's where travel comes in. 1. Travel forces you to face the unknown. Think about the last time you tried something completely new. That nervous, excited feeling you got, that's growth happening in real time. Now imagine that feeling multiplied by 100. That's what it's like when you land in a foreign country where no one speaks your language, the food is unfamiliar, and even the street signs look confusing. You're forced to figure things out. You have to ask for directions in broken Spanish. You have to taste food you can't even pronounce. You have to trust people you just met. And in doing that, you realize something huge. You're capable of way more than you thought. 2. Travel shows you what really matters. When you're surrounded by a culture completely different from your own, your idea of normal gets shattered. I once met a guy in Bali who lived in a tiny bamboo hut with no Wi-Fi, no fridge, and barely any furniture. And you know what? He was happier than most people I know who live in giant houses filled with expensive stuff. It made me rethink what happiness really means. Because we're told we need more money, more status, more things. But sometimes what we really need is less. 3. Travel makes you uncomfortable, and that's a good thing. Growth and discomfort go hand in hand. Think about it. Every time you've grown as a person, it probably came from a challenge, right? Maybe you failed at something and had to start over. Maybe you took a risk and it didn't work out. Those moments were tough, but they made you stronger. Travel works the same way. Ever missed a flight and had to figure out a backup plan on the spot? Ever gotten lost in a city where you don't speak the language? Ever eaten something you thought was chicken, but later found out it was definitely not chicken? These moments suck in the moment, but looking back, they're usually the best stories. They teach you resilience, patience, and the ability to laugh at yourself. 4. Travel connects you to people in a way nothing else does. There's something about being in a completely new place that makes you open up to people in a way you normally wouldn't. Maybe it's because you're all out of your comfort zones together. Maybe it's because you realize that deep down, we're all more alike than we think. I met a backpacker in Thailand who told me she quit her corporate job to travel for a year. At first, she was terrified, but then she met people from all walks of life: artists, nomads, entrepreneurs, and realized there were so many ways to live life. She went home and started her own business. Travel didn't just change her, it completely rewrote her life. So does travel really change you forever? The short answer, yes. But here's the catch: travel isn't magic. It won't automatically fix your problems or turn you into a new person overnight. What it will do is give you the opportunity to grow, to see things differently, to challenge yourself in ways you never have before. And when you return home, you'll notice something strange. The place you left behind is exactly the same, but you aren't. At the end of the day, travel isn't just about seeing new places, it's about seeing yourself in a new way. It's about realizing that the world is way bigger, way messier, and way more beautiful than you ever imagined. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're looking for a sign to do something different, this is it. Book the flight. Take the trip. Let travel shake up your world. because you might just come back as a whole new person. Subscribe for more travel insights or check out my next video on the top 10 lessons I've learned from exploring the world.